Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce, and today we're looking at the Endoscope. It's a gunsmithing camera. It's the coolest tool that you probably don't even need. Let's take a closer look at it. I bought the Endoscope about a year ago when I noticed them on, I think, a Facebook ad. And I picked it up. They're not that expensive, but they're not free either, so there is some money involved. And I got it because it was advertised to fit inside a 5.56 barrel. Which you see the camera there. The camera is very, very tiny. Right there. Now, I've already been using a scope camera in the past, but this thing is huge compared to the Endoscope. Right there, you can see the differences. The difference in size right there. Much, much larger on the old version I had right here. There's a brand name. This produces a better quality image, but it's too big to fit any kind of 22 caliber application. The way this works is it's got the camera on one end and it goes through some sort of fiber optic dealio, and it has all kinds of USB options on the other side. I believe there's an iPhone option as well. This has a USB-C for my Samsung, and it plugs right in, and then should be the light turns on. Yeah, the light turns on right there, as you can see. And there is an app that you use, Endoscope app for Android. Now, the reason why, of course, there's ads in these things, of course. Now, the reason why I've not done a video review on this yet is because when I first got this, it worked one time and then it stopped working. It was the app. The app completely sucked and did not work very well. And that was unfortunate. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a dial here where you can adjust the brightness of the light. You can see that right there. Very helpful in different situations where some metals are more shiny than others. But the app did not work, and then I just put this away for a rainy day use. And then I came across a reason to use it, and it came out, and turns out that the app has now been fixed. Now that is a demonstration. Let's pull back there, and you can see all the crud that is against my bolt. That's just nature of the game for me. That's normal. There's a chamber. The chamber is also pretty dirty. You can see some unburnt carbon. And now we're into the rifling, and you can see quite a bit of powder coat material left behind. Keep on pulling back here. It's not ungodly dirty, but it needs a good cleaning. And right there you can see that is the gas port, so that is about right here on the barrel. Let's go ahead and just keep on pulling back. And whoa, right there is a big chunk of Harbor Freight powder coat. And now we are out of the barrel and into the can. There we go. That's the blast chamber right there. That is the first chamber outside of the muzzle. And now we are going through the baffles. If I can feed it through there, you can see all the different baffles. They're kind of coated with some material, but it's not a big deal. That's just a little bit of powder residue and whatnot. That's normal carbon buildup. And now we are out. Now that they've updated the app and fixed the app, this thing works as advertised. Now, it's not the best camera known to mankind. Of course not. It fits down a 22 caliber barrel. Of course, it's not going to be a great caliber of camera, but it does what it's supposed to do. Some of the issues that I still have with it, even though it works as advertised. Number one is that this one does not have any kind of way to angle the camera to the side of the barrel. It is basically just a straight on shot, and you get kind of a periphery view of your rifling and whatnot. I have been on their website, and they do now offer basically it's a 90-degree angle with a 45-degree mirror on the end of it. So it points right to the edge of the barrel that you can now go in there and inspect all the rifling to very, very fine detail, which is fantastic. Now, this style of camera, this straight on style of camera, it can pretty much only tell you that your barrel is super dirty or not dirty. You might be able to see some bulging if there's some issues where you bought something that was used that might have had a squib load shot out of it. A squib is where a bullet gets shot and the bullet sticks in your barrel. And sometimes a moron will try to shoot that squib out by chambering the next round and go ahead and shooting it. Best case scenario, you're going to ruin your barrel by putting a bulge in it. If you're only going to use this for gunsmithing and gun cleaning, I really don't think it's worth the time, effort, and money involved. It's cool, and it does exactly what they say it does, But is it worth it for that? If you're just going to use it for that, I personally don't think so. I mean, it's not super expensive, but it's not free either. It does cost money. If you can find another use around the house for this camera, then I think it might be worth picking up one, because it is small enough to work in a 22 rifle or 22 pistol, and you can use it around your house. I actually use this because I bought this a year ago, tried it out, it didn't work, and I threw it on the shelf, forgot about it. And then I needed to check out the inside of a pipe, because I had a burst water main going from, well, it was a water line going from the water meter to the house. And I needed to check that out, figure out where it is. Found out that the leak was right next to the meter. Perfect. I dug up right there and fixed the issue, no problem. So this saved me a lot of time, effort, and money. If you go on Amazon, you're going to find dozens and dozens of these types of scope style cameras. And pretty much for the most part, they all plug into your phone and they work fairly decently. Unfortunately, that's one of the issues that you're going to find with these over the long haul. You're going to download an app and hopefully it works. If it does work, great, but you're dependent on that app maintaining its updates to your phone. So every time you get an Android update, is this going to work? It may not. Every time you get an iPhone update, is this going to work? It may not. And that's the issue there. Once you've given them your money, you're not paying for the app. The app is free. So you're dependent on whoever maintains that app to stay vigilant and updating that to make sure that it works with all the different phones and operating system updates. But in contrast, the scopes with standalone screens that all work together all as one, they're quite a bit more expensive. So unless you're willing to shell out that kind of money, then this is probably the best bet if you want a scope style camera for your firearms or home endeavors. Well, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go subscribe. A lot more is on the way. If you want to stay on Deuce's Guns channel, go ahead and click on one of these two videos right over here. Now we'll keep you washing away. And as always, you guys have a great day. See ya.